First night of celebration in the Oaks in City Park. The New Orleans holiday tradition, which began in the 1980s, is a family-friendly event that spans over the course of 37 days, wrapping up December 30th. A lot of people took advantage of night one, so many kids could be seen smiling from ear to ear as they listened to the holiday music and took in all of those glimmering lights. And the parents, well, they had their fair share of fun too.
City Park has been wonderful to the community, and I think they deserve all the kudos they can get. So thank you, New Orleans, and thank you, City Park.
Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving!
The lights, the show, everything. For God's glory, it's awesome.
The driving tour allows families to see the lights from the comfort of their own vehicle. It's just under 2.5 miles and lasts around 30 minutes. The walking tour lasts about an hour and a half, and that includes an all-access pass to the Carousel Gardens amusement park and the Botanical Garden. For tickets and pricing, visit celebrationtheoaks.com.